We are a group of friends from the UK that in our spare time we enjoy wargaming. What we've decided to do is to set up a YouTube channel so we can document all the fun that we have wargaming and film some tutorials along the lines of painting and terrain building. I originally got into the hobby when I was around 8 or 9 years old and bought a box of ultramarines from Games Workshop. I enjoyed painting them. Back then didn't really have much access to the internet to really learn how to paint, and painted the models pretty poorly, but when I was 9 I thought that was really good. I then went on to later in life to find Games Workshop's Lord of the Rings, and really enjoyed painting them miniatures and being a big Lord of the Rings fan. Enjoyed the wargaming side of it as well. Had many battles, painted many miniatures, and then more and more friends that over the years joined on, and we'd have big days where we'd all meet up and just like get our armies together and battle. And then over the years I've had a few breaks away from wargaming, but just recently found Star Wars Legion and just thought it'd be nice to get some paints back out again, do some painting, see if we can get some friends together and have a few battles. So that's the plan. The tutorials are going to be aimed at beginners. The idea behind it is that I'm going to show people how to not make the mistakes that I made myself when I first started out. I'm not a professional painter, and I'm nowhere near to the standard of some of the people on YouTube, but I can paint to a good tabletop standard. So the idea will be that I want to help people that are getting this game or getting new into building miniatures and painting, what things they're going to need, how to do it on a budget, because not really when you start out you don't have much money, or you might be young and not have a job. So I want to help people to just get the brush, put paint to the miniatures and end up with a standard that's ready for the tabletop and that they can be happy with. I learnt to paint really through trial and error. Just opening the box, taking the miniatures out, looking at the pictures on the back of the box. Had blue ultramarines, bought the paints in Games Workshop, the starter set, and just really put the brush to the model and started to paint. Didn't really know what I was doing, it was thick, hadn't watered the paints down enough. The end result wasn't amazing. Then just over the years, as you get older, I just got better through more and more painting. Brush control became better, and just learnt new techniques and just asking questions really to people, those miniatures that I saw and looked better than my own. I asked them, how did you achieve this, or how did you achieve that, and then just took the feedback from them questions and then tried it myself really. And then eventually, once things like YouTube came around and stuff like that, and you had content creators putting stuff out there, you could learn from that way, or just finding other pictures that are just on Google and stuff like that, and looking at paint schemes, colour schemes, things along them lines, and then really just trial and error. And now I think that I'm at the standard that I'm happy with, where you can put the models to the battlefield and be happy. I still have a long way to go in painting terms to become, to that standard of like winning like awards on a day when you take your armour to be painted maybe. But I'm happy with the level that I'm at for a hobby really that I do in my spare time. The first piece of terrain we built was Helm's Deep. We'd got into Lord of the Rings and the Two Towers released from Games Workshop, and we had some polystyrene, I think, from a TV that was left over, and we went to the local hardware store and bought some tiles that go on your ceiling that are textured, some PVA glue and some grey paint and white paint. We glued it all together. We had a hot knife and we cut out the ramparts and all the turrets and towers. We painted it grey and then dry brushed it up white so it looked like stone. And then we had a big battle on the dining room table. I'll never forget the battle when we had the urukai and we recycled the urukai to the back so they'd keep coming in a wave, and you had the heroes of Helm's Deep defending, and we played through the night, and the battle would end when the sun came up in the morning in real life, when the sun came through the curtains, and Gandalf would arrive with the riders of Rohan, and that would end the battle. And me and my brother, a cousin and a few friends, we had an all-night battle. I can't remember who won. I think the Urukai won, but I still have the Helm's Deep to this day up in the loft. I think the person I can take the most inspiration from on YouTube would be Miniac. I think he's an absolutely amazing painter. The models that he does are fantastic, and the way that he edits the videos and puts them together, they're funny, you know, they keep you entertained. So for me, it would be Miniac. I think the person I can take the most inspiration from for terrain building would be Luke's APS. The way he breaks the videos down, shows you how to do things, they're very clear, step-by-step guide. It makes terrain building very achievable. Also the products that his products range are very, very good. That'd be the only products really that I use for my own terrain building. So, you know, if you need anything, go check Luke's APS out at Geek Gaming. I think his shop is. My favourite battle reports on YouTube would have to be from Warcorgi. I think the way that he does the battle reports for Star Wars Legion are really easy to follow if you're trying to learn the game. The way that they film the dice and the movement of the units and troops makes it very easy for the viewer to follow the battle and what's going on. Also use some very nice pieces of terrain, so I would definitely recommend going over, checking out Warcorgi's channel and watching some of his videos. He does a lot for the Star Wars Legion community. Okay, so that's a very good question. We plan on releasing 2 to 3 videos a week. This is a hobby for us, and we do all have jobs outside away from YouTube. So the plan is to get out 2 to 3 videos a week for people to watch and enjoy. Got 2 main aspirations really for Crafty Terrain. I think the first one's to help people, really help people that are just starting out in the hobby to get to a standard that they can be happy with. And then the second one's going to be to have some fun along the way, really. We plan on doing some battle reports in the near future. So hopefully people can enjoy them videos and we can have some fun filming them. And then, you know, people can take enjoyment from what we're doing on the channel. Hope you know a little bit more about us now. Stay tuned for more videos. Hit like, subscribe, and have a great day.